What we're going to do with this section of the well planning is show you how you can go about and build your own template. We do that by entering the well planning space, and in this case we want to clear what we currently have. We're going to put a new one in, and the first step of our process is going to be to have a straight line projection. And when we do that, we don't use profiles. You notice I pulled down the profiles here, but that was a mistake. What I want to do is I want to start adding my own projections. So I come here and I select the projection, and the next thing that I do is put in the TVD that I want to have, or the measured depth that I want to have. In this case it would be the same number because it's vertical. And then I add that, and it gets added down here to my template. The next thing I do is decide, okay, maybe I want to have a nudge. So I come and I bring my Ouija up. I choose the tool that I want to have for my Ouija. It's currently set on the one that I want to use. I say how far I want to nudge it, say 300 feet, and the dog leg that I want to use, 3 degrees, and the direction that I want to use, I'll say 90 degrees. Okay, due east. I get that put in there, and it's being drawn in the space for me, but I'm not paying much attention to that. I just go add. So the next thing I want to do, I want to have a slant, or maybe I want to have something like after that I want to have a straight line for 300 feet. So I put in an added straight line for 300 feet, and that gets added in there, as you can see here, and you can see up here in the 2D as well. I can make the 2D the big one if I wanted to. So then I say, okay, that's good. I've got that in there. I'm going to go ahead and add that in. So I've got that added in. So I've got my kickoff point, MD, I have a Ouija, and I have another measured depth. So the next thing that I want to do is use a slant projection down to a target. So it comes back and it gives me that old tell me what target you want to go to. So I come over to here and set my target, and it shoots me something, and I go ahead. I want to use 3 degrees per 100 there as well, and I see that that's all okay. Now I want to add that, and then I want to have one more measured straight line projection for 500 feet. Add that, and then I want to have one more projection of a slant projection. It tells me please select the target, so I'm going to come down here and select the target that I want to hit. Click. There we go. Set its first target. That's the first target for this projection, 3 degrees per 100, and all looks good. And I go add, and I'm done with what I want to do. So at this point, I have designed a very specific kind of proposal that has a number of control points in it that I can manage. If I wanted to extend this measured depth here at this point for this measured depth to 500 feet, the extension after the nudge, I can do that, and it recalculates everything for me. So I have a pretty neat little tool that I can move around and move that line around in a drillable curve that I might be able to do something with. If I wanted to adjust my Ouija, I come up and click on the Ouija. I have to click actually on the line, not on the very left. And then I can adjust other parameters. Maybe I decided I want to drill this thing from the other side at 270 degrees and due west instead of due east. So I can come in and it recalculates that for me, does the whole thing all over for me. So this is a very powerful tool, and all I have to do to save this for future use, if I wanted to make another well, is go save as, give it a name. I'll call it custom slant, custom double slant I'll call it, and I save that, and then the next time I come into my well planning, I will have that there. So I'm going to apply this to my proposal. It's going to overwrite my previous proposal that I had in there, and then I'm going to go back to my workspace, and I am done. If I want to make modifications to it, all I have to do is select this curve that I'm on as the proposal curve, then come back to my well planning, and you can see that the entire template is there. If I wanted to change my kickoff point, all I'd have to do is just change it to, say, 2100 from 2000, and it gets recalculated for me. And it shows me the previous curve that I have generated, and it shows me the new one I'm generating, and if I like it, I just apply the proposal. Overwrites the previous one. All there is to it.